Hey there guys, so today we have another review, and this is another beer from Mike, a home brewer, and he sent me an awesome box, a bunch of 4 beers actually. So I recently reviewed the Monday IPA, and this is Tuesday IPA. This beer comes in at 6.1%, and it is brewed with Simcoe and Amarillo, just like the Monday IPA, but it also has Cascade and Columbus hops. And then it was also brewed with a Vermont ale yeast, unlike the English ale yeast of the previous beer. So yeah, I already have this poured out. Let's dig in. So moving on to this one definitely has a lot more head. Notice that the carbonation is definitely a little bit different. So yeah, definitely get a little bit of head while swirling that. And also speaking about Vermont ale yeast, I have the Lawson's Glass from Vermont. So yeah, let's dig in. The beer comes in definitely a different color. It looks like what is this color? A murky orange? Yeah, like a really murky, like dirty looking orange. There you go, dirty orange color, if that makes any sense. Yeah, definitely a different color from the bright yellow I remembered from the Monday. So let's dig in. Pretty nice. I get a nice bouquet of, again, a nice orange grapefruit kind of note, but a little bit of floral under there as well. I imagine the Cascade's offering that. Yeah, very nice. It has a little bit of floral, has a little bit of grapefruit orange, has a nice fruitiness, a little bit of sweetness, maybe a little bit of green grass. Yeah, there you go. The familiar kind of Cascade, kind of a minty grass, green, floral kind of action. Yeah, pretty nice. Smells quite West Coast, a little bit of bready malt in there. Cheers. So it follows through as the appearance with the carbonation. I definitely get a more traditional IPA kind of carbonation from this beer. A little bit of prickly, familiar kind of carbonation. But in general, up front you get that same kind of a juicy orange grapefruit, but this time it's a little bit more candy-like. I also get a good amount of grassiness in the middle. A little bit of a malty sweetness in the middle as well. A little bit of bready sweetness. Pretty dry in the back end. Yeah, not really much bitterness to speak of, which I like. Yeah. Again, that kind of big kind of pulpy, juicy kind of note. Almost reminds me of something like a fruited IPA with that kind of really squeezed kind of flavor. Pretty nice, yeah. This one, for some reason, tastes a little bit more dense to me. Doesn't really it isn't as bright of a flavor. I would say I definitely prefer the Monday IPA. This one, I don't know, different appearance, so I maybe imagine that the malt bill might be different. I don't imagine so. I don't know what exactly how to pinpoint. Maybe, you know, that's just my issue of not being a home brewer, that I'm trying to figure out where the difference comes from, difference comes from. Yeah. I want to say I get this fun kind of banana estery kind of flavor. So that could be the Vermont ale yeast playing that kind of a fruit-forward ale yeast will offer that kind of flavor. Treehouse that has that signature kind of note. Hill Farmstead has a little bit of that too. The Vermont ale yeasts offer this kind of, yeah, again, estery kind of flavor. So yeah, I do get a little bit of kind of juicy banana. There you go. Yeah, I'd imagine it's the yeast maybe. And then I get a nice piney, a touch of piney, but mostly grassy kind of bitterness, drying actually on the back end. Yeah, the flavors in this are just not as bright. The malt is pretty similar, but maybe this one's a little bit sweeter. This one, for some reason for me, tastes a little bit more like a West Coast IPA. Maybe it's the use of Cascade and Columbus. The other one just was more that kind of bright, easy drinking, zesty East Coast IPA that I love. So this beer, I'm going to knock down a few points for that. As for commercial qualities of whether I think this would be a commercial beer, let's say I ordered this at a bar, would I be happy? Would I say, hey, this tastes off? No. I would say this is commercial grade, most certainly. Certainly have much worse hoppy beers than this. Pretty good stuff. Yeah. Again, I definitely much prefer the other one. So for this beer, I'm giving a straight 90. So from a 95 to 90, yeah, I think there's a big difference. I mean, I don't have the beer side by side, obviously, but yeah, I'm giving this beer 90. Good stuff. I'm just curious. Maybe Mike, you can let me know what you thought the differences in your brewing process between the two beers was, because I definitely find that there's a big difference, and my preference goes to the earlier one. So thanks a lot, Mike. This is another homebrew review. Later.